We'll just continue from the last lesson, working on our in-betweens for the arms and hands for our new ending. So the hands are staying pretty well with the hips now. Okay, and now we're coming to a few areas that we need to fix up. We'll start with the left hand now. Let's select it, and at about frame 202, we'll need to fix up the wrist here and the rest of the arm. So let's do that. Go ahead and translate the character's arm out some more and translate it forward in the Z. Okay, and maybe a little bit more out in the X. Fix up the fingers and up in the Y. Then we'll go to the left wrist control, go to the thumb roll channel, and let's bring that thumb back some more. Great, and then we can go ahead and make some tweaks on the other fingers, like the pinky. Let's bring that up. The ring, let's bring that up. The mid, and the index. There it is. Okay. So let's see how this looks as we scrub. Much better. Great. How about the right hand? Let's see how that looks. Let's see if it's fine from frames 189 to 202. Okay, and it's looking pretty good. Alright, great. So we'll go ahead and move on. And now what we'll do is go to about 209 and make a few more adjustments to our hands so that they'll stay on the hips. So let's translate this right arm in and forward, down, and a little bit more out in the X. Okay, and even up in the Y. Then we'll go to our wrist control and bring back the thumb roll channel some more. Alright, great. Let's check out the rest of the fingers. Okay, let's add a little bit of movement to our fingers here just so we can keep their position where they're at now. So we'll bring up the ring, the mid, and let's grab the index and bring that up too. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll go ahead and scrub. And yeah, that hand's staying on the waist pretty well. Let's see how our left hand's looking. Okay, we're going to want to fix that on 209. So let's go to our wrist control, bring that out in the X, and forward. And not our wrist control, but our arm IK control. Then we can bring that down in the Y. And let's see, let's even translate it forward in the Z and out some more in the X. Okay, and then from here we can fix up our fingers. So go to our left wrist control and bring up the index finger, the mid, the ring, and we'll also bring up the pinky. Okay, and if the fingers are still intersecting, we could just go back to our arm IK and bring that out some more in the X. Great. As for the thumb, let's go back and we could bring in the thumb roll so it's a bit closer to the body. Okay. Like that. Great, and then we'll scrub to check out how our left arm is moving. And it seems we're going to want to add another pose in between. So on 205, let's go there and translate the hand out. Okay. Alright, great. So that's looking better. Alright, so now we can go ahead and move on. Check out the right wrist. And That's looking pretty good. I think on 218 we could take it and bring it down a little bit more. So let's do that in the Y and also adjust it in the X, and then back down in the Z. Okay, so that's better. And as for the left wrist, let's do the same on 218. Again, we'll bring it out in the Z, down in the Y, and shift it a little bit in the X, and probably a little bit more down in the Y. Let's see how that looks. Okay, it's looking pretty good. We do have the hands coming off at around 214, so we could go ahead and rotate them in a little bit more there. And checking out our thumb too. Okay, we're going to want to bring that thumb down. So let's take our wrist control, or our arm control, and bring that, just translate that down. Okay, and back a little bit more in the Z. Great. And then back to our wrist control, we'll just go there and fix the X and Z. Okay, so that's looking better. And at around frame 211, let's go there and curl in the fingers so that they're on the hips. Ring we'll bring in, and the pinky we'll bring in too. Okay. So once we've got that, we now come to about this end, near to the end of the animation, where the character is moving into his last pose. And here we need to fix up this wrist, this right wrist. Notice how it is doing this weird rotation. Well, sometimes when we're animating with our rotate tool in like local mode, for example, we're going to get some weird rotation like what we're getting now. So the way to fix this is to just go to our rotate channels, and we could delete these keys, okay, on frames 238, and use our individual channels to basically fix our wrist. Okay, so at times we want to go ahead and use these channels, and it may take a little bit longer, but it's worth it in the end. Okay, so now once we fix it, notice we're not getting that weird rotation that we were getting before. Great. Well, let's stop the lesson here and continue working on our in-betweens in the next lesson. We're just about finished. We just have a few more in-betweens to add so that the character's hands will stay to the hips like we want them to. So that finishes this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll continue this process of adding our in-betweens as we need for our arms and hands.